Today we're going to be doing combinations of functions and composite functions. It's really when we just have two functions and we do, like, if we add them or subtract them or multiply them or divide them or put functions inside of functions. It's a really good time. Let's get started. So number one right here, we have two functions. We have f and we have g. And a just says we're going to add those together. Now some people think this notation means like we add them together and then we multiply by an x. That's just notation, saying we have f and we need x's. We're using the letter x. That's what that means. Don't get confused. Don't be like, I gotta put an x in now. No. This is f plus g and we have x's. So don't think of it as anything beyond that. So if we just add these together, it's going to be x squared plus 3x minus 2. That's the f portion. Plus 1 minus x. It's just putting these two guys together. And now let's just combine like terms. And we're going to get x squared. 3x minus x is 2x minus 1. And that's it. The slightly more complicated one is the subtraction part, because sometimes people forget to subtract everything. They'll subtract like one thing. So again, write it out. I'm going to get x squared plus 3x minus 2. It might help to put everything in parentheses for the minuses, and you'll see why in a moment. Minus 1 minus x. What error do you think people make all the time on this one? They forget to distribute the minus sign to the 1 and the minus x. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to get x squared plus 3x minus 2. That did not change, but this becomes a minus 1 and a plus x. Can we see this or no? Yeah. No? Thanks for saying something. I'm going to hold time being blind. Is that better? Am I not pressing down hard enough? Or is the pencil just terrible? Alright, is that better? I mean, I know Oh, cool. Good, I don't have to blame myself. I like when I don't blame myself. Okay, so we're going to get x squared and add up all of our x's. That's going to give us x and 3x is 4x, and then negative 2 minus 1 is minus 3, and that's it. We good? Alright, let's do the multiplying one. So given these two functions, they're just different now, find fg of x. Same thing, we're not going to do like f times g and then times it by x again. It's just notation. So let's do f times g. So it's going to be x squared plus 2 and 1 minus x. I'm pretty sure you can all do this math. But let's go through it anyway. So you're going to go ahead and distribute. You're going to get x squared minus x to the third plus 2 minus 2x. And actually, that's pretty much it. Sometimes we like the... this is a totally fine answer. Sometimes we like it in descending order, which means that we put the highest power first. You don't have to do that unless we say so, but... I have OCD about this, so I always do it. It's my problem, not yours, but I'm passing my problem on to you. You can do that if you want. You don't have to. Same thing. Questions on 1 or 2? No, that's totally fine. Alright, number 3. This one is division. So here we go. F is on top. G is on bottom. And we simplify if we can. Is there a way to simplify here? Oh, and I swear to God, if we do this, that cancels out with that, we're gonna have a problem. You can't do that. It's illegal. You can only cancel out things that are multiplying, not things that are adding. So I can't cancel out x squared with an x, because those things have a minus 9 next to them and a plus 3 next to them. You can't do that. They have to be multiplying. Can I make the top one into something that multiplies? It's called factoring. How's the top one factor? X minus 3, x plus 3. Okay, you see how the top has an x plus 3? It's multiplying. It's eligible to be canceled. And then the bottom is also just an x plus 3. So you can actually cancel those out now. So boom, boom. I'm left with just a what? X minus 3. Please don't do any of that illegal canceling out stuff. Like, hey, I'm going to invent math. It's already been invented. Don't do it. Alright, the next one. Oh, we're going to find something and find the domain. Okay. So we have f and g. We're going to divide them. Let's go do that. So this is going to be x squared over 1 minus x. Is there any simplifying I can do? And if you're thinking, oh yeah, that x squared and that x, you can't do that. X has a 1 with it, tagged along. You can't get rid of it. So it stays. That's it. Wow, what a great problem. Let's do the domain now. There's the domain rule for fractions. What's the rule for fractions? Very good, class. The denominator cannot equal 0. I can't spell. The denominator is not allowed to equal 0. So take the bottom. It's not allowed to equal 0. Now let's solve for x. What is x not allowed to equal? So this is a perfectly great answer. Or we can put this in interval notation, which would be from negative infinity to 1, union 1 to infinity. Does this look familiar at all? Okay, good. So I didn't just make that up. No. Are we still able to see all my writing? Yeah. I feel like the light might be messing things up. Is that better? I got like half and half. No. Yeah, no. It looks yellow. Let's keep it then. I have no affection towards yellow. I don't know why I said that. Alright, so number 5. What's the difference between this problem right here, A, and then the very first problem? I know that the functions are different. What's the difference? Okay. This means that you're going to then plug in a 2. Instead of x's in your answers, you're going to have, I'm not saying 2's in your answers. You can simplify it, so you have a number as your answer. You have 2 different ways you can do this. You can do f plus g, simplify it, and then plug a 2 in. Or you can plug a 2 in right away and then add them up. I don't care which way we do. Which way you want to do it? The first way? Okay, so plugging at the very, very end? Not going to matter. So let's go ahead and do that then. So we're going to do 3x squared minus 9 plus 2x plus 5. Why did I not put these in parentheses? Because I'm adding them. I don't need to. You can if you want, but I don't do that. So this simplifies to be 3x squared plus 2x minus 4. So now let's actually plug the 2 in. I'll write this the very notation. So 3 times 2 squared plus 2 times 2 minus 4. Don't forget to do PEMDAS. What's PEMDAS? I don't know. Exponential goes first in this situation, and then you add, or then your multiplication, then your addition. So, what's 2 squared times 3 plus 2 times 2 minus 4 gives you an answer of 12. Hey, there's no wrong answers in here. I'll take any volunteering. Well, I mean, like, there are wrong answers, but I welcome everything. Alright, the next one. Again, you can go ahead and, doesn't matter which order you go in. Can I give you a hint on which one's probably easier? If you plug in the 1 right away, do you need to distribute it all? No, you can just get it right off the bat. So, why don't you try this one on your own? You can plug in the 1 first, or you can do everything. I'll show you each way, so you can be the judge of which one's quicker. Try on your own. I'll just kind of sit back and do it. Did we get a negative 42? Okay, a negative Jackie Robinson. The other way you could have did it, I'll do that in my least favorite color, purple. That's not my least favorite color. I just say things. So f of 1 is equal to negative 6. And g of 1 is equal to 7. And you can just multiply those together. Same answer. So then this would just be same thing as f of 1 times g of 1, which is equal to negative 42. Same thing. C. Go ahead and try this out, and then I'll follow along with you. Alright, ready to go over this one? Asher, what'd you get?
So I got 18 over 11.
Did you agree with 18 over 11? Okay. F of... Oh, good. F of 3 is 18 if you plug that in. G of 3 is 11. Just divide them. 18 over 11. Alright. Ooh, composition functions. Those are so fun. Okay, so have you seen this before? Is this brand new to you? I asked you like 2 opposite questions, and someone was saying yes or no, and I don't know what the answer really is. So I'm assuming that you have seen these before. Okay. Yeah. So if you ever see this little open circle, that's not like someone forgot to fill in that multiplication sign. No, it's a composition. So you're literally going to take whatever comes closest to the x. You're going to plug it into the f value. Okay? So this is important. So for letter A right here, you're going to take a g and put it into f. Okay? So this is going to be f of x squared plus 4. Are we good so far? That's step 1. And now we're going to take the x squared plus 4 and replace all the x's inside of f. So there's actually only 1 x to replace. That's kind of nice. So this is now going to become square root of, not x anymore, but x squared plus 4. Is there any simplifying to be done? Yes? There is? What?
You can take out the square root and the x squared, and also you can square root 4 just
Okay, so I see your thought and everything, but I hate to tell you that. I had to give you like a math ticket on that one. That's illegal. You can't do that. It's the same thing. That's like the same idea as this that you're kind of talking about. You're saying that that squared can go in each of those. It's really the same idea. It doesn't happen that way because there's a middle term. Likewise in here, if this had a middle term of like 4x, you could factor it and cancel everything. It'd be totally nice. But just don't forget about, in order to do that, it needs to be like if we had like this, x squared plus 4 squared. If we had that, then we can square root it and fix it and everything. But we don't have that, so this is actually just the final answer. Alright, now we're going to take F and plug it into G. So this is going to be G of root x. That means every time we see an x, we're going to replace it with a root x. So this is going to become root x squared plus 4. What is root x squared? I mean, there's a more technical definition way to do it, but this is what we're expecting of you. Because the square root of a squared is absolute value, but I think that this is all we're expecting of you. We good? Okay, C. This one you have a 16. It's easiest if you just go step by step. If you find out what f of 16 is. Because really, this is G of f of 16. Find out what f of 16 is first. Well, what is f of 16? Equals square root of 16, which you said is a 4. So now this is G of 4, which is 4 squared plus 4, which is 20. Now, could you have plugged this into this because we already did this work? Yeah, I probably would have been faster, but we already did the work. 16 plus 4 is 20. How are you doing? Am I going too fast? Too slow?
Perfect.
Just right. All right. That means I'm a baby bear. Goldilocks and the three bears. Papa bear, Mama bear. One's too hot, one's too cold, and one's just right. I had to explain that for the video.
No, the video's gonna have all of them.
This is how all my videos were at my last school. They all got deleted though.
Oh.
Because my account's no longer active at my old school, so they're all gone. Those poor kids. Alright, yeah, same thing, just different functions here. So we're just going to take G and plug it into F here. So familiarize yourself. F is 2x plus 5. G is 4x squared plus 1. So this is going to be F of 4x squared plus 1. So now we're going to rewrite F, but instead of writing down an x, I'm going to replace it with a 4x squared plus 1. So this is 2, 4x squared plus 1, plus 5. Simplify it a little bit here. 8x squared plus 2 plus 5. Questions on A? Why don't you try B and C on your own? I can't. I'm trying to get up and walk around. I can't. Oh boy. Alright, let's take a pause for the cause, come right back up here. So you're going to have 4 times 2x plus 5 all squared, and then add 1. If you want to do that mentally, kind of like how I did, it's 4x squared plus 20x plus 25. If you want to do work on the side, don't matter. Distribute that 4, it's going to give me a 16x squared plus 80x plus 100 plus 1, which just gives me the same thing, but 101 at the end. And this one right here, I think it's easier if we just do whatever g is first. So f of g of negative 1/2. G of negative 1/2 is equal to 2. Because it's negative 1/2 squared, which makes it positive. So positive 1/4. 4 times 1/4 is 1 plus 1 is 2. So now we're going to have f of 2, which is 9. Yeah, I'm going to make up like a little side problem here. Oh, 80, because I can't write. Thank you. No, yeah, no magic happened. Okay, so we'll call this like part D. And let's do... So what does this mean? Yeah, you're just taking f and plugging it into itself. Okay, so you're going to do f of 2x plus 5, which is 2 times 2x plus 5 plus 5, which is 4x plus 15. Final answer? Okay. You could also do 3 of them. You could do f of f of f. You could do it 100 times, f of f of f of f of f, and that'd be like really fun, right? Okay, as long as one person thinks it's fun, we won't do it. Okay, last 2 problems. Ooh, this one's gotta hurt. Find 2 functions f and g such that f of g of x equals h of x, where h of x is equal to the cubed root of 8 minus x over 5. So now we have to find the 2 functions. We need to find whatever f is, whatever that is, we need to find whatever g is. So we kind of have to decompose this. Usually what I do is I just find an operation, and then I just like take it away, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of operations going on. So there's many different answers to this. There's a minus x, there's a cubed, and there's a division. So we really can pick whatever order we want to. I usually start backwards. So which answer do you think I should give first when I start backwards? I'm going to do f. Okay. What if I did here? I'm going to just tell you what I'm going to do, and I'm going to have you explain why I did it. I'm going to make f be x over 5. Why would I do that? I don't know. Because you're an F teacher. Because there's a 5 on the bottom already. And so I'm just going to have to plug something into that x. So if this is the case, if f of x is x over 5, what is g? And there we go. This is one way to do it. So I'm going to take g. Remember, I'm taking g right here, and I'm plugging it into f. So that's why it works. I usually start backwards. I just find one of the operations. So I found the operation divide by 5. What divided by 5? I don't know. That's why I picked x. So it's x over 5. And then I have to figure out that what was. What was the what? It was cubed root of 8 minus x. I mean, that's not the only way to do it. There's another way. That's really annoying though. I think it's the easiest because if you do it the other way, then it's gonna get really complicated because that minus x on the inside. So the way that I would do it is it's kind of like doing PEMDAS but backwards. So I would always look for the addition and subtraction stuff first if I can. And you're probably thinking to yourself, why did you do the minus x then? Well, that's inside the parentheses. That's why I did that one last. Okay? Let's look at 9. If you're totally confused, well, I'm going to throw you out into the cold and you got to figure this one out. Try 9 on your own. Find two functions. Congratulations. Find an F. Make sure you do it in the correct order, by the way. Find an F. Find a G. Shh. Your words can be appearing on here. AP Bio is the best.
Oh, I love AP Bio.
How are we doing here? Are we struggling? Good. Struggling is good. If you never struggle, you don't get better. Imagine lifting weights and it's not a struggle ever. Just lifting 1 pound weights. Do you ever get better? No. All right, are you ready for an answer? Who wants to give me one? Who thinks they got it? Okay, what do you got? So we're taking G, plugging it into here. That'll work. Totally works. Does anybody have anything different? Yeah. All squared? Just the x's squared? Okay.
No, 5x.
The whole thing. 5 and x's squared or just x's squared? And g of x is x plus 2? So does this work? If I plug that into there, I'm going to get 4 over 5x plus 2 squared. Is that the same thing? Unfortunately, it is not. You're in the right idea, though. Anybody else have anything else that they think works? Yeah, another one. Oh, so you're saying, okay. I thought you were saying that. I thought you were saying the same thing that you had before. So you have 4 over 5 and x squared. I think it's going to work, though, because if you have an x plus 2 down here, it's going to have to distribute. So leave 5x plus 10. So I think that's kind of a tough one to start off with if you just do the 5x squared right there. What I was showing you was you could do this, 4 over x, and then 5x plus 2 is already squared. That works. Anybody got anything else? I mean, there's more. I'm just not that creative. Maybe you are. Okay, alright, I'm glad we're staring at each other.